Most businesses lose 50% of their leads just because they wait too long to reply. We had a client who was spending 1K per month on Facebook ads, and half of it was wasted because leads were waiting 2 to 3 hours for a response. Then once we deployed our Conversion OS AI infrastructure, leads would get a response within 30 seconds. And their booking rate jumped from 6% all the way up to 21%. And in this video, I'll show you how to build that exact same system for yourself. Okay, so here's a quick demo. I'm gonna go ahead and fill out this Facebook form. So this is using the leads ad testing tool from Facebook, which basically allows us to fill out a dummy form. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it out with my details. So we just hit submit there, and now within a matter of seconds, we're gonna be getting a call on our phone. Okay, so we've got an incoming call now. Put it on speaker.
Hi, is this?
Hello, who's this?
Hey Rahul, my name's Amy calling from Solar London. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Great. To book your free quote, I'll just grab a few details to check eligibility. Sound okay?
Yep, sure, what do you need?
Nice one. First up, where in London are you based, and is this for your home?
Yes, I'm based around the Canary Wharf area. And yeah, I'm looking for solar panels for my home, that's right.
Awesome, you're eligible. Let's get you a free survey with an engineer. Shall we book you in?
Yeah, that'd be perfect, yeah.
Let me just check the available slots for the next couple of weeks. Do any of these work? Wednesday the 3rd of September at 7 p.m, Thursday the 4th of September at 12 p.m, or Friday the 5th of September at 11:30 a.m.
I think Friday works best. So was that 11:30 on Friday?
Brilliant. I'll lock in Friday the 5th of September at 11:30 a.m. for you. You're all set for Friday the 5th of September at 11:30 a.m. Our engineer will meet you at home. Any questions?
No, that sounds perfect.
Brilliant. Thanks, Rahul. You'll get a confirmation email shortly. Shout if anything changes. Have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye. Awesome. So you just saw how the AI was able to help us and get that appointment booked in right away. Okay, now let me talk you through exactly how this system works. So the old way would be that the lead would fill out a Facebook form, the lead would instantly hit the CRM, then the sales team would respond 2 to 3 hours later, leads would go cold or they'd ghost you just because, they've forgotten about what they filled out or they're not interested anymore, and then that leads to the sales team giving up too early, not following up with leads efficiently enough, and then ultimately they're very demotivated. Now this is the new way. The lead would fill out the Facebook form, the lead instantly hits the CRM, the AI voice agent phones the lead within 30 seconds of them filling out that form, and then the lead takes either one of 3 paths. So if the lead is qualified, they would be booked in, and then the CRM is updated, and then the lead is handed over to a human to actually attend the meeting with them. And then number 2, if the lead is unqualified, the CRM is updated and the lead is abandoned. And then number 3, the lead might not be interested anymore. They might have filled out the form accidentally and just no longer need the service. So then the CRM is updated again and the lead is marked as abandoned. Now the main benefits of this system, if you're doing things the old way, you're wasting a ton of ad spend. There's going to be a ton of missed leads, which means you're just throwing money down the drain. And then with the old way, there's also a lot of manual chasing involved. Your sales team is wasting 5, 10, 15, 20 hours per week when they could be working on activities which are much higher leverage. And then with the new system, because everything is automated, the bookings are a lot faster, there's much higher ROI, and it's a more consistent and scalable process. This is the exact tech that we're using to fuel this system. So the lead would come through Facebook, they fill out that form from the Facebook ad, they're then passed over to our CRM, which is high level, but we've wrapped it up and white labeled it as our Conversion OS system, as well as added several AI functionalities on top of that, for example, the voice agent system. And then the voice agent system is implemented within Retell AI, and we're pushing the lead through to cow.com for booking. Now we're only using cow.com here for demo purposes. In reality, we would be booking through whatever system the client is using, whether that be Google Meetings or Microsoft Teams, or perhaps booking through a different software where they generally take bookings. And then once the booking is made, the data is then passed over to Conversion OS, where we are logging all of that data internally within the system. And with this system, with Retell AI, the cost would be approximately 15 cents per minute. Now, compared to a $20 per hour rep, that is insane, right? We have an assistant which runs 24/7, no days off, and it's only 15 cents per minute. And this system also has conversation memory. So if we're using the voice agents to make several calls to leads, it's able to reference specific conversations that it's had in the past. Okay, so if you want to build this exact system out for yourself, let's walk through it step by step. So if we go into our Go High Level account, we can go to Conversion OS version 1.0 and our AI Ads voice agent. So from here, there's just two workflows powering this system. So let's walk through them step by step. So the first workflow is processing that inbound lead and then generating the outbound call. So the trigger of this workflow is a Facebook lead form. So when the Facebook lead form is submitted, we're capturing their name, email, and phone number, and then passing them over to Go High Level. So within High Level, we've also integrated our Facebook account and Facebook page, which can be done if you go to settings and then go to the integrations section. Now, once this workflow is triggered, we then create an opportunity in the pipeline. So we've got a pipeline called Add Leads. So we've got several stages here: when the form was filled, when there's no answer for the phone call, when the AI call was answered by the lead, then when the meeting is booked, the lead might not be interested, the lead is not qualified, or the lead is converted into a customer. So you can see here, we're just creating the opportunity within the pipeline. So we're logging the entire end-to-end sales process. We also use UTM tags here in order to track exactly which ad the lead is coming from and which campaign the lead is coming from as well. So we can track metrics in terms of conversion rates off the back of which specific ads the lead has come from. And then that basically helps to create a cycle where we can iteratively improve our marketing efforts and basically improve the entire sales process. Then once the opportunity is created, we then wait 30 seconds and also wait for this specific window, which is within non-sleep hours. So we're not pestering people, in the middle of the night with phone calls. So once we've waited, we then call this custom webhook, which then creates a phone call within Retell AI and basically passes over all of these variables. So we've got their name, which is passed over, their email, phone number, and conversation history as well. And then after initiating the call within Retell AI, we then increment a call counter, which basically allows us to count exactly how many calls we've made, because we don't want to make thousands or millions of calls to every single lead, of course. So here we're doing a double dial every single day for 5 days as soon as the lead hits the system. So we're capped at 10 calls in total. And then after that, we wait 10 minutes for the call to be complete if it was connected with the customer. So then after the 10 minutes, we can go down two paths. So either the call was answered by the customer or it wasn't answered. If it was answered, we'd update the pipeline as appropriate and we would reset various variables. If it wasn't answered, we would then again update the pipeline and we would also initiate a second call because we want to double dial just to stay on top of this lead. And then again, we increment the call counter, wait 10 minutes, go down the same sort of flow. So let's just step back a little bit and let's go through this one by one. So if the call is answered, we first have this conditional step, right? We have a variable which is call answered. It's just a single line variable. If that variable is configured as yes, then it will come down this branch and it would update the lead. So the lead would be added to the AI call answered stage of the pipeline. And then we also mark them as open. We still have the same variables here. And then we would reset the call answered variable as well from there. And then we would go to the end of the workflow where we are resetting the call counter. Now, if the call wasn't answered, it would come down this branch. We would create an opportunity, which would be in the no AI call answer stage. And then we would also trigger the webhook again to initiate the Retell AI phone call. Again, this is just a copy of this module up here, but it's just to initiate another call. And then we would increment the call counter, which is just the same as before. We wait another 10 minutes and then we go through the same process. Then if the call was answered this time around, it would come down this branch, it would follow the same steps, mark the AI call as answered, reset the call answered variable, and then also reset the call counter. Then at this stage, it would update the pipeline to no AI call answer when the lead has not answered the phone. Then coming down here, we are checking the call counter variable. So if we've made 10 or more calls to the lead, it would come down this branch and it would send an internal notification to the team just to tell them that we've called this lead 10 times and have had no response. So they can evaluate and handle as appropriate. And we're also passing through the contact's name, email, and phone number just so they have them. And then we also reset the call counter back to 0 at the end. If the call count is less than 10, it would come down this branch, it would wait 1 day, and then go all the way back up to the top and initiate those other calls. So it would carry on doing that cycle for 5 days until we've either got an answer or we haven't got an answer. Now that's pretty much the first workflow. So if we jump into the second workflow, we can take a look at what we've got in there. So this is the call analysis workflow. So after the call takes place within Retell, we then trigger this webhook, which passes all of the post-call variables over. So we have this inbound webhook step, which is triggered after the call. And off the back of that, we get all of this data from the call. So what happens here is if the call has been analyzed and there's no disconnection reason, so that basically means, the call hasn't been disconnected, so it hasn't gone through to voicemail or something like that, then the call has actually taken place. And off the back of that, we then create the contact within the system. Now, obviously the contact is already within the system, but we want to update various variables. For example, the call answered step needs to be updated to yes, because the call has actually taken place. Then obviously, once this is set to yes, the lead will move through the answered stage of the previous workflow, as I just showed you guys. And then after that, it comes down to this conditional step. So if the lead is not interested, so the interest level is not interested, then we update the pipeline accordingly. And then in this case, we add the lead to the not interested stage of the pipeline. Now, if the lead is set to have the qualified level as unqualified, it will then come down this branch and it would be set as not qualified within the pipeline. And then if the meeting is booked, it would come down this branch and the pipeline would be updated. So the lead goes into the meeting booked section of the pipeline. And then obviously if none of those conditions are met, it would come down the none section of the flow where nothing will happen. Now that's pretty much it for the go high level side of the build. Now if we take a look into Retell AI, I can walk you through the entire prompt, the functions we have set up, and also some more information of the post-call analysis. Now a couple really important things to note when writing this prompt for this voice agent is number one, you want to be using Markdown. So Markdown is what you can see here, where we're using hashtags. These basically depict a heading. And then we've also got these kind of dashes, which is for a bulleted list. But it's pretty straightforward, right? So if you don't know about Markdown, recommend looking it up. And then another thing is to keep the prompt as concise as possible. You can add a crazy amount of information in here and make the prompt very, very long, but that's just going to add a significant amount of time to the latency of the voice agent. Now, within Retell, if you do update the prompt and make it longer, it won't specifically update the latency here. This latency value within Retell only really increases when you choose a different LLM or a different voice, or perhaps you've got different settings within the system as well. But from practice, the actual prompt does have a pretty huge impact. So if you notice, if you've got a smaller prompt, a more concise prompt, then the latency will actually drop when you're actually testing the system. Whereas if you've got a very long prompt, then the latency will increase. So this is just a very general indication of the latency of the agent. When you're actually creating this, you want to ensure that the tokens of this prompt are as low as possible. So I recommend using OpenAI's token calculator, where you can actually copy this prompt, paste it in, and see how many tokens you're using. And you want to be around the 1000 to 2000 token length. 2000 is maybe even a bit too long. So maybe around the 1500 length for the tokens is ideal. And then in terms of the structure of the prompt, we've got the role and context, which is just usually just a quick paragraph just to give it a bit more information about the role and its specific context. And then we've given it a task. So it's just got a, again, couple sentences just explaining the task. And then we want to feed in lead information. So if we're passing through the first name, last name, email, phone number, previous conversation history, all of that information is useful for the agent to know. And then we want to ensure we provide specifics as well. So the way I like to prompt them is I use this syntax here, right? So we have these brackets, which highlights a condition. We have these greater than, less than signs, which indicate variables. And then we've got these curly little dashes, which represent things that the agent should not say, but things that it should note down and just keep, at the back of its mind when basically you're handling the customer. And then we've also just passed through a few other specifics just to ensure it stays on track. And then we've given it a lot more information about the conversation flow. So this is probably the most important step of the agent. This basically indicates exactly how it should go through the conversation. So here you can see we've given it step-by-step questions, exactly how to handle specific answers from the lead, and basically the flow that it should take to get the lead to actually book in. Now it's worth noting, all of these blueprints and templates will be included in my free school community. So feel free to join that and you can go ahead and download these resources and import them in. So you don't have to spend ages going through the video and actually manually typing up and copying everything over. You can literally just download the templates, import them straight into high level, straight into Retell, and go ahead and use the system. And then with this voice agent, we've also given it some general notes. So these are really, really generalized notes that it will have right at the back of its mind when it's having that conversation with the lead. So these aren't super important things, but just things worth noting. Now, probably one of the most important aspects are the functions. So with these functions, we've got the end call function, which is built into Retell AI and basically allows the agent to have the ability to end the call itself. So once the call comes to a close, it will then end the call. And within the prompt, you probably noticed we are calling these specific functions. So if we search for the end call function, you'll notice within these specific steps, we are calling this function and basically telling the agent that this is a good time to end the call. The same goes for these other two functions we've got, which are the check availability and book appointment functions. Now these connect directly into cow.com. They are native functions within Retell AI and basically allow you to connect directly to cow.com and make bookings via that platform. You can follow the same sort of process if you wanted to make bookings via a different platform, but you would need to create a custom function if you wanted to do that. If you want to know more about how to create custom functions, take a look at some of my other past videos where I've shown how to create bookings directly into Go High Level itself. And stay tuned for future videos where I'm going to be sharing a lot more information about these custom functions so you can see exactly how to create them within Retell AI. Now, other than that, a few other things we've set here are we're using GPT-5. So that's the latest model from OpenAI. We've also set the voice. So we're using an 11 Labs voice, which is Amy, which is the UK voice. And just from testing, this is probably one of the best UK voices available. For the American market, there are a ton of different voices and the American voices are definitely a lot better. But this is the one we are selecting for now, just for this UK voice agent. And then you can also adjust some of these settings for the actual voice. So we are using the fastest option here with medium quality. I found that this is pretty good and it performs just as well as going for the highest quality one, which is, just fast. And then for the voice speed, we've set that to 1. I often like to play around with this because certain voices can be quite slow. And sometimes making a voice a bit faster also makes it seem like there's less latency as well. And then with the speech settings, we have also enabled speech normalization, which basically allows the agent to convert text elements like numbers, currency, and dates into a human-like form. So it basically speaks specific numbers and dates a lot better. And then we've also optimized the transcription for accuracy. So it's as accurate as possible. Now this doesn't add too much to the latency, so I find it worthwhile. Then other than that, we have the post-call analysis. So in terms of post-call analysis, we are sending over a few variables here. So we've got the detailed call summary, which is just a summary of the call. And then we've got the interest level, which is marking the lead as not interested or unknown if we can't clearly gauge the interest level. And then we've also got the qualified level. So if the lead is qualified or unqualified or we don't know, then the AI will basically mark it within the specific category. And then finally, we've got booked. So if the lead has booked the appointment, booked the meeting, then we would output booked. Otherwise, it will be set to unknown. And obviously, these variables are passed over via the webhook we've configured, which is connected into the front end into the Go High Level system that I showed you. So it's connected into that second workflow within Go High Level. And that basically updates those different branches as appropriate and updates the lead within the pipeline. Now, if you want this exact system completely for free, so that includes the Retell AI voice agent template, all of the Go High Level templates, the Go High Level pipeline system, an entire snapshot of the Go High Level account, then feel free to join my AI Agents Academy, which is a school community I've just started to help people build high quality voice and text AI agents. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.